Romanian dictator Nicolae Ceausescu intended his palace as a monument to his rule, but now it houses a museum, literally a palace revolution.
Iosif Kiraly remembers when the Romanian dictator Nicolae Ceausescu ordered the construction of the Palace of the Parliament right in the heart of Bucharest. It's still Europe's largest building. Today, this legacy of communist megalomania is popular with young people as a photo backdrop. Iosif Kiraly captured many of these scenes on camera. And for the past few years, he's found a place to display them in his home country. The building known as the People's Palace now houses Romania's National Museum for Contemporary Art. A major retrospective on display there has finally discovered subREAL, a homegrown artist collective. Kali and Don and Iosif Kiraly were two of its founding members. They've since celebrated many successes at home and abroad.
Before this exhibition opened, many of our works were unknown in Romania. Most of what you see here in this exhibition has never been displayed before here in Romania.
Under Ceausescu, artistic freedom was forbidden. When subREAL first began to take on that past during the early 90s, they met with little interest. They suspended a throne over Ceausescu's palace, reproduced using cigarette packets. Another exhibit recalls the construction of the palace in the 1980s. To make room for the building, thousands of residents were forced out of the district. Only their dogs were left behind. A hybrid Mona Lisa. In the 15th century, Vlad the Impaler ruled Wallachia, a cruel despot known for sticking a spike through his enemies. He served as inspiration for the vampire of legend, Count Dracula. Behind closed doors, Ceausescu was often dubbed a modern-day Dracula. Until his execution in 1989, he squeezed every last drop of blood out of his people. In his latest works, Kiraly shows how Ceausescu maintained his hold on power. He takes aim at the secret state police, the shadowy world of the Securitate.
The title, Second Life in Communism, is a reference to a virtual online computer game. That's because many people discovered they had a second life in the files of the Securitate. Their everyday actions and gestures took on a different meaning for the Securitate. Everything they did was suspect.
Kiraly worked closely with CNSAS, the Bucharest agency in charge of uncovering this legacy. He studied the files of the victims, combed through the archive for photographs. The Securitate employed hundreds of thousands of informants who helped instill fear and terrorize the population into silence.
Working with this material wasn't easy. After all, it's part of a terrible burden, a legacy of history that represents a great deal of suffering. We didn't want to trivialize it, but we also didn't want to be melodramatic.
Kiraly returned to the places where the surveillance took place, where people were spied on. His photographs take the point of view of the informers. Kiraly wants to make it visible, the disastrous impact of the Securitate. The secret police thoroughly penetrated Romanian society, shaping the destinies of countless citizens.
These experiences are burned into our memories. Every time we remember them, and the memories are passed along, they are imbued with traces of what happened afterwards, and with our current situation at the moment when we remember.
The Securitate photographs destroy the illusion of innocence. They take possession of the moment of remembrance. Today, surveillance is becoming all-pervasive. In his photo collages, Kiraly draws on images taken from Google Street View. His work stands as a warning. New technologies may one day serve a new system of repression. But even today, Iosif Kiraly's yearning for artistic reworking and reflection is something he shares with only a few in Romania.